Summer Spellman could soon be heading for an exit from Coronation Street, as the investigation into Theo Silverton's murder continues intensifying and suspicion begins closing in around her. Summer has already endured an incredibly traumatic year, with 2026 beginning in devastating fashion following the death of her father figure, Billy Mayhew. Billy tragically lost his life after becoming trapped inside a burning minibus during the dramatic Corriedale crossover pileup. Theo prevented Billy from escaping the vehicle before it exploded, leaving Summer emotionally shattered by the loss. In the aftermath of Billy's death, Summer has relied heavily on Todd Grimshaw for comfort and emotional support, completely unaware that Todd himself had secretly been struggling through his own personal nightmare. For more than a year, Todd had been trapped in an abusive relationship with Theo, while none of his closest friends or family members realized the extent of what he was suffering behind closed doors. What initially began with manipulation, gaslighting, and cruel comments about Todd's appearance gradually escalated into far more disturbing abuse, including financial control, physical violence, and sexual assault. Before Theo was murdered, the truth about his treatment of Todd finally came to light after George Shuttleworth overheard the abusive way Theo had been speaking to his husband. Once the truth emerged, Todd's loved ones quickly rallied around him to offer support and protection, including Summer herself. However, during tonight's emotional episode, Summer revealed to Todd that she had been offered a place at a university in America. Despite the exciting opportunity, Summer admitted that she intended to reject the offer because she felt it would be unfair to leave Todd alone while so much chaos and emotional pain continued surrounding him. Todd, however, strongly disagreed and passionately encouraged her not to throw away such a life-changing opportunity. He urged Summer to leave Weatherfield behind completely, travel as far away from Coronation Street as possible, and try to move on from all the trauma and heartbreak she has experienced. Todd's heartfelt encouragement appeared to finally convince Summer to accept the university place, particularly after he assured her that he felt genuinely excited and proud of her future. Unfortunately, Summer's hopes of starting a new life abroad may soon be destroyed by the escalating murder investigation surrounding Theo's death. Upcoming scenes reveal that Summer will soon face police interrogation as detectives continue examining everyone connected to Theo. Theo's body was originally discovered by Betsy Swain during the Flash Forward episode earlier this year. Although investigators initially believed his death had been suicide, it was later confirmed that Theo had actually been murdered. Next week, George Shuttleworth and Christina Boyd discover Summer's personal diary and are left horrified by what they read inside its pages. At the same time, Kit Green notices a crucial detail hidden in the background of Lisa Connor Swain's wedding photographs, a discovery that could potentially link Summer directly to the crime. The discovery ultimately results in Summer being brought in by police officers for questioning regarding Theo's murder. Matters become even worse when George reveals information about something he witnessed on the night Theo died. Soon afterwards, Summer overhears Christina predicting that police investigators will likely come after her next. Terrified and convinced she could soon be arrested for murder, Summer later attempts to secretly flee Weatherfield with a packed hold-all bag. When Todd catches her trying to leave unnoticed, Summer tearfully admits that she fears the police are about to accuse her of killing Theo, and reveals that she plans to board a flight to America later that same afternoon. The dramatic scenes now leave viewers wondering whether Summer will successfully escape overseas before detectives catch up with her, or whether this marks the beginning of the end for her future in Weatherfield. Sam Blakeman is expected to sink even deeper into emotional turmoil in the upcoming episodes of Coronation Street, as the pressure surrounding Megan Walsh's forthcoming trial pushes the vulnerable teenager dangerously near emotional collapse. The troubled youngster will become increasingly overwhelmed after convincing himself that nobody around him genuinely trusts, understands, or supports him anymore. while his terrifying hallucinations continue to worsen and take a stronger hold over his fragile mental state. Thursday night's episode, broadcast on May 14th, highlighted Sam's rapidly deteriorating condition as he became convinced that even the people closest to him had begun turning against him. Future scenes are set to intensify his distress further when he discovers something alarming concealed inside his school bag. Over the past several weeks, Sam has been battling severe emotional difficulties, with his increasingly troubling behavior causing mounting concern among relatives and friends who are only now beginning to understand the extent of his psychological suffering. Earlier in the week, Sam was left deeply frightened after spotting Will Driscoll at school before later believing he encountered him again at the Red Wreck. During the disturbing confrontation, Will appeared furious and accused Sam of destroying his life by exposing his secret relationship with Megan Walsh, leaving Sam terrified and so emotionally overwhelmed that he smashed his telescope in panic. However, there was one devastating flaw in Sam's account of events. Will had never actually been there in the first place. At the exact time Sam believed the confrontation happened, Will was traveling to Paris to see Megan, proving the entire encounter existed only inside Sam's imagination. Then, during Wednesday's May 13th episode, viewers watched Sam apparently become involved in a violent altercation with Will in the Ginnel. Moments later, the heartbreaking reality emerged that Sam had once again been hallucinating and was actually fighting with nobody at all. Tonight's episode became even more emotional when Nick Tilsley and Toya Battersby informed Sam that Megan planned to plead not guilty, meaning the case would move forward to trial and Sam himself could potentially be called to testify in court. Later, while listening to music through his headphones, Sam once again started hearing Will's voice speaking inside his mind. As he watched Nick and Toya talking through the bistro's CCTV monitor, Sam became convinced they were secretly admitting they felt embarrassed by him and no longer believed anything he said. Completely consumed by fear, loneliness, and emotional isolation, Sam heartbreakingly convinced himself that he had been abandoned and had nobody left to depend upon. Upcoming spoilers confirm that Sam's emotional crisis is far from ending, as his paranoia continues intensifying throughout the remainder of the week. Future episodes will show Sam uncovering what appears to be a tracking device hidden among his belongings inside his school bag, leaving him deeply unsettled, frightened, and emotionally shaken. Later, Roy Cropper discovers Sam in a highly distressed condition while clutching the mysterious object, leading Roy to comfort the teenager during a deeply emotional conversation. Unfortunately, matters become even more worrying the following week when Sam grows increasingly suspicious and fearful of everyone around him. While walking through the street alongside Roy, Sam appears to hear somebody warning him not to trust anyone, leaving him constantly paranoid and nervously looking over his shoulder in fear. However, viewers will soon begin questioning whether Roy actually spoke those alarming words at all, or whether Sam has once again become trapped inside another terrifying hallucination, as his mental health crisis continues spiraling further out of control.